Shalom, my brothers and sisters in Yahuwah Elohim, and welcome to our Midweek Bible study. I hope everybody's having a good week. Alright, gang, it's time to grab your Bibles and settle into your favorite chair, because tonight we're going to be studying Shemu'el Aleph, which is 1 Samuel, and we will be covering chapters 10, 11, and 12. Grab something to drink, gang. Tonight we're going to see Saul, be anointed king over Israel. All right. Everybody ready? Good deal. All right, gang. Shemu'el Aleph, which is 1 Samuel, chapter 10. And Shemuel took a flask of oil and poured it on his head, and kissed him, and said, Is it not because Yahuwah has anointed you leader over his inheritance? When you leave me today, you shall find 2 men by Rachel's burial place, in the border of Benjamin, at Zelzah. And they shall say to you, The donkeys which you went to look for have been found. And see, your father has left the matter of the donkeys, and is worrying about you, saying, What shall I do for my son? And you shall pass on from there, and beyond, and shall come to the terebinth tree of Tabor. And 3 men going up to Elohim at Bethel shall find you there, one bearing 3 young goats, another bearing 3 loaves of bread, and another bearing a skin of wine. And they shall greet you, and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you shall accept from their hand. After that, go to the hill of Elohim, where the Philistine watchpost is, and it shall be, when you have come there to the city, that you shall meet a group of prophets coming down from the high place with a stringed instrument, and a tambourine, and a flute, and a lyre before them, and they are prophesying. And the Spirit of Yahuwah, the Ruach HaKodesh, shall come upon you, and you shall prophesy with them, and be turned into another man. And it shall be, when these signs come to you, do for yourself as your hands find to do, for Elohim is with you. And you shall go down before me to Gilgal, and see, I am coming down to you to offer ascending offerings and slaughterings of peace offerings. Wait 7 days till I come to you, then I shall make known to you what you should do. And it came to be, when he had turned his back to go from Shemuel, that Elohim gave him another heart, and all those signs came on that day. And they came there to the hill, and saw a group of prophets to meet him, and the Spirit of Elohim, the Ruach HaKodesh, came upon him, and he prophesied in their midst. And it came to be, all who knew him formerly looked, and saw that he prophesied among the prophets. So the people said to each other, What is this that has come upon the son of Kish? Is Shaul also among the prophets? And a man there answered and said, And who is their father? That is, why it became a proverb, Is Shaul also among the prophets? And when he stopped prophesying, he went up to the high place. And the uncle of Shaul asked him and his servant, Where did you go? And he said, To look for the donkeys. And when we saw that they were nowhere to be found, we went to Shemuel. And the uncle of Shaul said, Please inform me what Shemuel said to you. And Shaul said to his uncle, He informed us plainly that the donkeys had been found, but he did not disclose to him about the matter of the rain what Shemu'el had said, the reign, the kingdom. He didn't tell his uncle that Shemu'el told him he was going to be king. Verse 17, and Shemu'el called the people together to Yahuwah at Mizpah, and said to the children of Israel, thus said Yahuwah, the Elohim of Israel, I have brought Israel up out of Mitzrayim, and delivered you from the hand of the Mitzrayites, and from the hand of all reigns, and from those who oppressed you. And today you have rejected your Elohim, who himself saved you out of all your evils and your distresses. And you have said to him, no, but set a sovereign over us, and now set a king over us. And now present yourselves before Yahuwah by your tribes and by your clans. And Shemuel brought near all the tribes of Israel, and the tribe of Benjamin was taken. Then he brought near the tribe of Benjamin by their clans, and the clan of Matrai was taken, and Shaul, son of Kish, was taken, and when they sought him, he could not be found. And they asked again of Yahuwah, has the man come here yet? And Yahuwah answered, see, he has hidden by the baggage. And they ran and brought him from there, and he stood in the midst of the people. He was taller than any of the people from his shoulders and upward. They went looking for Shaul. They couldn't find him. He was hiding from them because he was all embarrassed. He's a young guy, and he didn't want all that attention. That they grabbed him and brought him out to everybody. Verse 24, and Shemuel said to all the people, do you see him whom Yahuwah has chosen, that there is no one like him among all the people? And all the people shouted and said, let the sovereign live. And Shemuel declared to the people the ruling of the reign of the kingdom, and wrote it in a book, and placed it before Yahuwah. And Shemuel sent all the people away, each to his house. And Shaul went to his house too, to Gibeah, and with him went brave men, whose hearts Elohim had touched. But the sons of Baal said, what? Does this one save us? And they despised him, and brought him no presents. But he kept silent. Chapter 11. And Nahash, the Amorite. Nahash. Where'd you hear that name before? The garden? Yeah. Nahash was the serpent, the bastard. Now, this is the king of the Ammonites. Let's start again. And Nahash, the Ammonite, came up and camped against Jabesh Gilead. And all the men of Jabesh said to Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we shall serve you. So they're willing to give it all up right away. Then Nahash, the Ammonite, answered them, for this I make a covenant with you, that I dig out all your right eyes, and I shall bring reproach on all Yisrael. Nice guy. So the bastard's going to dig out their right eyes. Verse 3, and the elders of Jabesh said to him, leave us alone for 7 days, so that we send messengers to all the borders of Israel, and then, if there is no one to save us, we shall come out to you. So give us 7 days, okay? We'll see what happens here. Verse 4, and the messengers came to Gibeah of Shaul, and spoke the words in the hearing of the people, and all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And look, Shaul was coming behind the herd from the field, and Shaul said, why are the people weeping? And they related to him the words of the men of Jabesh. And the spirit of Elohim came upon Shaul mightily as he heard these words, and his displeasure burned greatly. So Shaul got some righteous anger going on here. Righteous anger. Verse 7, And he took a yoke of cattle, and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the borders of Israel by the hand of messengers, saying, Whoever does not go out with Shaul and Shemuel to battle, let this be done to his cattle. And the fear of Yahuwah fell on the people, and they came out as one man. So everybody went, oh boy, I guess we better go hook up with Shemuel and Shaul, and let's go see. Verse 8, And he mustered them in Bezek, and the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Yehuda 30,000. So 30,000 to just the tribe of Yehuda. And they said to the messengers who came, Say this to the men of Yabesh Gilead, Tomorrow, by the time the sun is hot, you shall have help. Then the messengers came and informed the men of Yabesh, and they rejoiced. Yeah, they were probably all glad to save their eyes. Verse 10, So the men of Yabesh said, Tomorrow we come out to you, and you shall do to us whatever seems good to you. And it came to be on the next day that Shaul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and struck Ammon until the heat of the day. And it came to be that those left were scattered, so that no 2 of them were left together. So he went in there and he took care of business, and they scattered. They ran off. Verse 12, And the people said to Shemuel, Who said, Shall Shaul reign over us? Bring the men, so that we put them to death. So the men of Baal that were saying, we ain't going to honor this deal, we ain't serving Shaul, the people are crying out, go gather those guys up together, we're going to 86 them too. Verse 13, But Shaul said, No man is put to death this day, for today Yahuwah has wrought deliverance in Israel. So Shaul stopped him. Verse 14, And Shemuel said to the people, Come, and let us go to Gilgal, and renew the reign there, renew the kingdom there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they set up Shaul to reign before Yahuwah in Gilgal. And there they slaughterings of peace offerings before Yahuwah. And there Shaul rejoiced, and all the men of Israel very greatly. Chapter 12. And Shemuel said to all Israel, Look, I have listened to your voice in all that you said to me, and have sent a sovereign over you. I got you a king. And now look, the sovereign is walking before you, and I am old and gray. And look, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my youth to this day. I've served everybody from the time I was a kid until now. Verse 3, Look, here I am, witness against me before Yahuwah and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Or whose donkey have I taken? Or whom have I oppressed? Whom have I abused? Or from whose hand have I received any bribe with which to blind my eyes? Then I restore it to you. Look, I'm an old man. If I've done anything to anybody, speak up now so we can settle things out before I die. Verse 4, And they said, You have not oppressed us or abused us, nor have you taken any bribe from anyone's hand. So he said to them, Yahuwah is witness against you, and his anointed is witness today, that you have found naught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Shemuel said to the people, It is Yahuwah who appointed Moshe and Aaron, and who brought your fathers up from the land of Mitzrayim. And now stand still, so that I judge you before Yahuwah concerning all the righteous acts of Yahuwah, which he did to you and your fathers. When Jacob had come to Mitzrayim, and your fathers cried out to Yahuwah. Then Yahuwah sent Moshe and Aaron, who brought your fathers out of Mitzrayim, and made them dwell in this place. But they forgot Yahuwah their Elohim. So he sold them into the hands of Sisera, commander of the army of Hatzor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the sovereign of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried out to Yahuwah, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken Yahuwah, and served the Baals and the Ashtaroth. There it is again, dancing around the phallic symbol. Yeah. And now, deliver us from the hand of our enemies, and we serve you. And Yahuwah sent Yerubbabel, and Badon, and Yiftah, and Shemu'el, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies round about, and you dwelt safely. And when you saw that Nahash, sovereign of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said to me, No, but let a sovereign reign over us, when Yahuwah your Elohim was your sovereign, your king. Verse 13, And now, here is the sovereign whom you have chosen, and whom you have asked, and see, Yahuwah has set a sovereign over you. If you fear Yahuwah, and serve him, and obey his voice, and not rebel against the command of Yahuwah, then both you and the sovereign who reigns over you shall follow Yahuwah your Elohim. But if you do not obey the voice of Yahuwah, and shall rebel against the mouth of Yahuwah, then the hand of Yahuwah shall be against you, as it was against your fathers. And now stand and see this great matter which Yahuwah does before your eyes. Is today not the wheat harvest? Let me call to Yahuwah, so that he sends thunder and rain. Know then, and see that your evil is great, when you have done in the eyes of Yahuwah, in asking for yourselves a sovereign, and rejecting Yahuwah. Verse 18, And Shemuel called to Yahuwah, and Yahuwah sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared Yahuwah and Shemuel. And all the people said to Shemuel, Pray for your servants to Yahuwah, your Elohim, that we do not die, for we have added to all our sins this evil of asking for ourselves a sovereign, a king. And Shemuel said to the people, Do not fear, you have done all this evil. Only do not turn aside from following Yahuwah, and you shall serve Yahuwah with all your heart. And do not turn aside after worthless matters, which do not profit or deliver, for they are worthless. For Yahuwah will not cast away his people, for his great name's sake, seeing it has pleased Yahuwah to make you his people. So, see, no matter what, Yahuwah has never cast away the children of Yisrael. So many pastors say nowadays, oh, he cast away, replacement theology. Oh, he cast away the children of Israel, and now the Gentiles have taken their place. No, the children of Israel are still Yah's people. We, the Gentiles, have been blessed through the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach to be grafted into the tree of life. There is no replacement theology. We haven't taken the place of the children of Israel. He might be mad at them, but right now he's mad at everybody. So we're all in the same boat with the children of Yisrael. If you accept Yahuwah as your Elohim and Yahushua HaMashiach as your Messiah, we're all in the same boat. We're all grafted into the tree of life now, okay? So there's no replacement theology. That just does not work. Verse 23, let's tie a bow on this. Also, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against Yahuwah in ceasing to pray for you, but I shall teach you the good and straight way. Only fear Yahuwah, and you shall serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider what marvels he has done for you. But if you persist in doing evil, both you and your sovereign are consumed. Yeah, if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, y'all are toast. And that ends chapter 12 and our study. Well, gang, there's a lot there to kind of digest because, we have to put all of this into modern terms, into the same think of all of these things that is being said and done here as what's going on today. Just put them in context with what's going on today. Has anything really changed? This society has rejected Yahuwah. They call him God, which refers to Greek. When Paul went into Athens and there was all these statues of all these gods, and Paul utilized the one God that didn't have a name to represent Elohim. And that's where the Greeks picked up on calling him God, which totally is not who Yahuwah is. Yahuwah is Elohim, creator of the universe, of everything. Everything. The sun, the moon, the stars, the firmament, and everything underneath it. He is not just a God. And Yahusha, who the Greeks call Jesus, which is absolutely not who Yahusha is. Yahusha was a Hebrew man, not a Greek man. He was a Hebrew man with a Hebrew name, Yahusha, not Jesus, which represents Zeus. Yeah, represents Zeus in Greek theology, mythology, whatever you want to call it. It's not proper. But this society has rejected our Elohim and our Messiah. There are no prayers to be said in school. You can't even stand out and pray and read the Bible aloud in public, or else you'll be harassed and possibly even arrested. Yeah, I used to go street evangelize with my youngest daughter, and to do that nowadays, you're taking a risk because people throw things at you. The last time we went, people were throwing things at us. We had somebody try to attack us. It was absolutely insane. And just the two of us, with just me and her, she was, all of maybe 13, 14 years old at that time. Yeah. It's pretty dangerous, and it's gotten worse. But just think, with our society rejecting Yahuwah, rejecting Yahusha, kicking them out of our society, what is happening? We're getting ready to be consumed. We're in the end times. This is the tribulation. Welcome to the tribulation. We're going to be consumed. It is so important for everyone to be in Yah's word, to be seeking knowledge and wisdom of Yahuwah Elohim, to be grateful, so grateful for our Messiah, because without Yahusha, we wouldn't have a chance of having a relationship with the Most High. Only through his blood do we even have a chance. In order to get to the Father, you got to go through the Son. So through his blood, the atonement of his blood, do we have a chance to seek our redemption. And you better be seeking it every day. Every day. It's just not a once and done thing. This is something that you are constantly seeking, constantly being in the Word, constant prayer and praise. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh Elohim. Hallelujah. Everyone, this is the path we need to be on because it is coming down. Judgment on the world. The signs are all there. And we need to be ready. We need to be ready. Okay, gang. That's all I've got tonight. I hope y'all got a lot out of the study, and I hope I got y'all thinking. Please, 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 please bring your children to the studies. Study with your children. It doesn't matter if they watch the videos. Study yourself with your children. This is your responsibility. Just like everything else in life, it's a choice. You can either help your children, teach them Torah, and teach them the ways of our Elohim, or it's a choice. And we can't afford to make the wrong choice. We can't afford to lose our children. Okay? Alright, gang. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Praise Yahweh every chance you get, and pray without ceasing. And we will see you again on Shabbat for our Shabbat Bible study. Alright? Alright. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you then. Shalom.